I travel a lot for work, mostly long drives through middle-of-nowhere towns that barely show up on the map. You get used to it after a while. Bad coffee, weird gas stations, and motels that feel stuck in time. But something about this last trip stuck with me. It was around 1 a.m. when I pulled off the highway. I'd been on the road for over 10 hours and I was too tired to keep going. I spotted a glowing sign just off the next exit. Royal Pines Lodge. Old school neon flickering the word vacancy. The lot was half gravel, half weeds. Only 2 other cars parked. I grabbed my duffel and headed into the lobby. Inside, the place was dead quiet. Stale air, yellowed wallpaper, a fan turning slowly behind the front desk. Eventually, an older man came out from the back. Thin, pale, deep bags under his eyes. His voice was dry, like he hadn't spoken to anyone in hours. He didn't ask for ID, just took my cash and handed over a room key. Then right before I walked off, he said something that caught me off guard. "If you see the maid, don't talk to her. Just let her clean." I looked at him. "What?" "She's harmless," he said. "Just quiet. Doesn't like to be bothered." I was too tired to care. Just nodded and went to room 12. The room was small but clean enough. Old TV bolted to the dresser, one lamp worked. The curtains barely closed all the way. I set my bag down and took a quick shower. The hot water ran cold after about a minute, par for the course. As I dried off, I heard something outside the door. A soft creak, not a knock, more like someone adjusting their weight in the hallway. I waited. Nothing. When I finally opened the door, no one was there. Just a folded towel sitting neatly on the floor. I didn't think much of it. Figured the maid must have come by and dropped it off while I was in the shower. A little weird that she didn't say anything, but whatever. I brought the towel inside and locked the door. Around 4:30 a.m. I woke up suddenly. I didn't know why. No noise, no movement. But I had that feeling. The one where something's off and your body knows before your brain does. I sat up, looked around. That's when I noticed the door chain was unlatched. I knew I had locked it. I always do, it's a habit. The deadbolt was still in place, but the chain, it was just hanging loose. I got up, relocked it, and checked the hallway through the peephole. Empty. But when I turned back around, there was something else I hadn't noticed before. Another towel, folded neatly, sitting on the desk chair, just like the one from earlier. This time I didn't touch it. In the morning, I went to the front desk to check out. The same man was there. I asked him straight up, "Hey, your maid, does she have a key to the rooms?" He barely looked up. "Why do you ask?" I told him about the towel, the door, how I locked it. He didn't react, just stared at me for a second, then said, "She's been here a long time. Set in her ways, don't worry about it." Something about his tone didn't sit right. I started to leave, but curiosity got the better of me. "Is she working today? Can I talk to her?" He shook his head once. "She only works nights." Then he turned and walked into the back room without another word. A few hours later, I stopped at a diner about 20 miles out. I pulled out my phone and Googled Royal Pines Lodge, just out of curiosity. No website, no reviews, nothing recent. The only thing I found was an old forum thread from about 10 years ago. A guy posted a story that sounded eerily similar. He said he stayed at the same place. Room 12. Said he woke up in the middle of the night to find a towel folded on his bed. Didn't think anything of it. Then someone commented underneath him with a picture. It was a blurry shot, looked like a hotel hallway security cam. In the image, a woman stood just outside room 12. Gray uniform, pale face. Her back was to the camera. But what got me was the caption underneath. "She doesn't work there." Last month, my girlfriend and I took a road trip to Arizona to visit her cousin. We were supposed to stop halfway through for the night, but traffic and car trouble slowed us down. By the time we got through the last stretch of highway, it was almost 2 a.m. We were exhausted. She was asleep in the passenger seat and I was struggling to stay awake. That's when we passed a glowing neon sign off the road that just said Sagebrush Motel Vacancy. There was nothing else around, no gas station, no other cars. Just this run-down one-story strip of rooms with a tiny front office. The kind of place you drive past and think, no way I'd stay there. But we didn't have a choice. I parked in front of the office, left the car running, and went inside. It smelled like old books and lemon cleaner. The lights buzzed overhead. A woman at the front desk looked up from a newspaper. Probably in her 60s, thick glasses, didn't say much. "Just one night?" she asked. "Yeah," I said. "We'll be gone first thing in the morning." She reached under the counter and handed me an actual metal key attached to a wooden block. No paperwork, no ID check, just a slow nod. "You're in room 3, checkouts whenever." I paused. "What do you mean?" She just smiled. "You'll see." Room 3 was what you'd expect. Dim lights, scratchy sheets, curtains that didn't fully close, but we were too tired to care. We got into bed and I knocked out almost instantly. At some point during the night, I woke up. It was pitch black, but I felt something was off. The air felt heavier, like the room was smaller. I sat up and looked around. My girlfriend was still sleeping. But the closet door, which I swear had been closed, was now open. Not all the way, just enough. I stared at it for a while, expecting something to move, but nothing did. Eventually, I got up, shut the closet, and climbed back into bed. The next morning, we packed up and went to the front office to return the key. The same woman was there, but when I told her we were checking out, she just blinked at me like I was speaking a different language. "You just got here," she said. "No, we stayed last night, room 3, remember?" She tilted her head. "I gave room 3 to a couple who arrived an hour ago." I thought maybe she was joking, but her face didn't change. "We're done," I said. "I just want to return the key." She stared for a few more seconds, then slowly slid the key into a drawer without another word. We got back on the road, tried to laugh it off. Maybe she was old, maybe she was confused, maybe she gave out the same key twice. But that wasn't the last weird thing. When we stopped for gas a few hours later, I popped the trunk to grab something and noticed our suitcases had been moved. Zippers open, clothes rumpled, like someone had searched through them. We figured it was just a mistake. Maybe I hadn't closed them properly, maybe the ride jostled them around. We got home that evening and unpacked. But here's where it gets worse. Tucked into one of her hoodies, deep in the sleeve, was a photo. An actual printed photo. It was us. Sleeping. Same position, same room, same lighting. Taken from the foot of the bed, we never heard anything, never saw anyone come in. We burned the photo that night, and we'll never take that route again. There's no listing for Sagebrush Motel on Google, no address, no phone number, nothing. It's like it was never there, but I still remember the woman at the desk, smiling, saying, "You'll see."